So, if I am to be asked, how does one live one's life? My answer is very simple. Read Matthew 7. And when you do, read with your heart, not with your mind. Because it's been translated so many times. So many times. So read with your heart. And you'll get the answers to all your questions. Understanding that the word Lord means law, spiritual laws. And the word heaven means here and now. Whatever lifetime you're experiencing, you are the center of that lifetime. And what you're experiencing is your own reward or consequences. So you ask, well, what does Matthew 7 have to do with anything? Well, this is what Matthew 7 is all about. Do not judge, or you will be judged. For in the same way you judge others, you will be judged, and with the measure you use, it'll be measured to you. Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye? How can you say to your brother, let me take the speck out of your eye, when all the time there's a plank in your own eye? You hypocrite. First take the plank out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye. Do not give dogs what is sacred. Do not throw pearls to pigs. If you do, they may trample them under their feet, and then turn and tear you to pieces. Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives. He who seeks finds. And to him who knocks the door will be opened. Which of you, if his son asks for bread, will give him stone? Or if he asks for a fish, will give him a snake? If you then, though you're evil, know how to give gifts, good gifts, to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven give good gifts to those who ask him? So, in everything, do to others what you would have them do to you, for this sums up the law and the prophets. Enter through the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. But small is the gate, and narrow the road that leads to life, and only a few find it. Watch out for false prophets. They come to you in sheep's clothing, and inwardly they are ferocious wolves. By their fruits you will recognize them. Do you pick grapes from thorn bushes, or figs from thistles? Likewise, every good tree bears good fruit, but a bad tree bears bad fruit. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit, and a bad tree cannot bear good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. Thus by their fruit you will recognize them. Not everyone who says, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only he who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. Many will say to me on that day, Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name, and in your name drive out demons and perform many miracles? Then I will tell them plainly, I never knew you. Away from me, you evildoers. Therefore everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who builds his house on the rock. The rain came down, the streams rose, the winds blew and beat against that house, yet it did not fall, because it had its foundation on a rock. But everyone who hears these words of mine and does not put them into practice is like a foolish man who built his house on sand. The rain came, the streams rose, the winds blew and beat against the house, and it fell with a great crash. When Jesus had finished saying these things, the crowds were amazed at his teaching, because he taught as one who had authority, and not as their teachers of the law. So, even though 10 people will actually watch and hear my voice, only one will actually understand, because what I say, who I am, and what I do is not as important as how you understand what I just said. There you have it. Once you have heard it, you cannot unhear it. So no matter how you pretend not to know, now you know. All that is required of you is to think for yourself.